How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today is actually really rainy day. It's clearing up finally here in Las Vegas. I know in Southern California it's raining. Still a little bit of a sprinkle. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but have some cool announcements to share with you. Before we get into that, if you could do me a huge favor, hit that like and consider subscribing to the channel. We're still doing the 1,000 subscriber merch giveaway. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel. Follow our socials in the link in the description below. We have Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and I do post stuff there that doesn't come up here on YouTube. It's more of a day-to-day thing. The YouTube stuff is bi-weekly, weekly, depending on what content I am able to come up with my schedule. So let's get into this. So getting right into the big announcement. This is something I've been working on for a very long time. People that are close to me know what's been going on and kind of know that I've been, trying to figure out how to grow the business and how to expand the business. And one person that in particular that I've been going back and forth with was my friend Peter from Nav Garage. Now, if you don't know who he is, if you follow our socials, I do post quite a bit of his cars that I've helped out on. Pretty much, I've helped out on all the cars, minus I think one, the RX-7. But yeah, Peter has had a huge interest in doing something with me for a long time. So we're going to be developing carbon parts for what I consider mid-tier to high-end cars. Going to be full aero kits, rear spoiler, stuff like that. So the first car we're going to work on is the nissanz. We're going to be developing an aero kit for the car, and somewhere in this video I'm going to put a couple pictures and whatnot to show you what the kit looks like. Now that is a 3D rendering thanks to my friends over at Brand Creative, Steven, Bob, Romel, everybody there. Thank you so much for helping work on this rendering for me. From here, we're going to be going through the process of actually doing some more development, and we're actually opting to take the more high-tech route on building and developing body kits. So if you didn't know, the old school way of doing it is you would get the car, and from there you would, there's different ways of doing it. People do using a shaped foam, and then with the fiberglass overlay method for what we call the plug piece, the piece that's going to go, go into the mold to have a mold made. Or people do it with clay and then, use some other, harder materials that go on top. But clay is technically the way you sculpt it with. But we're going to use technology this time to really get fitment precise and do it the right way. Not saying that the other ways don't work. This way to me is better. It's a more cost inefficient way. It costs a lot more, but the end product should be way better. So we're going to be using technology available to us, which is going to be 3D scans of the new Z and other vehicles, and using that to develop CAD files of our designs and drawings of the aero parts that we have coming, that we're going to be developing. And from there, we're going to 3D print the parts, test fit, and then use those parts to make the mold. Quite expensive, but to me, the precision of the fit and everything should be pretty dead on, because you're literally building it from a full 3D scan, a very accurate 3D scan, and you're building it CAD, so everything's precise, down into the millimeters, if not even tighter. So very excited to share that with you, and thanks to Peter for partnering on this new venture that we're doing. I know he's been excited about it for a minute. We both kept really quiet about it. So we the only people that know are in the immediate circle that are helping out, and that's about it. But yeah, look forward to sharing some of the Z products with you. Again, as you see in the Z design, we're going for a OE plus feel. I personally like that type of look better than all the crazier looking stuff. Not that anything's wrong with the crazier looking design stuff that's currently out there on the market. That's fine if that's your flavor. I personally like a nice clean OE plus, because my thing is I always like putting cars together. For instance, everybody here that loves the SOK, making it so the car is more timeless looking. So my thing is, when I do a personal build, not a corporate build, when I do a personal build, I usually put something together that you can put together and get the car done and put it away for, you know, a decade or even two, pull the cover off, pull it out, and it still looks like good. It doesn't look, it doesn't lock the car into the era or style that the trend that was going on at the time. So that's more my thing, but I have a, you know, pretty interesting background with cars, but that's my personal taste. Like with the SOK is my, like I said in my very first video, is my forever project. I want to keep this thing looking just super, super clean. So you know, the body kit, everything that I've done to it, everything stays in its correct era. Not era, but there's no particular trend or style that's good with it. You know, nothing wrong with like the stance guys or, you know, slam bag guys or any of that. Like this thing stays in its lane, and I just like how it is. It accents, it complements everything that Mercedes intended from the factory. That's my feel with this. So with the Z, it'll be something like that, but just a little tad more aggressive, so it doesn't look stock, but look very clean. Now, in terms of pricing for this aero kit, we haven't came to the final pricing yet, but we are aiming for a very, very, very consumer-friendly price point. The parts will be made out of full carbon fiber, so good quality there. It's not some, you know, vinyl overlay of carbon or any of that stuff. We, you know, aim for quality. And if you know our, you know, one of my partner companies that I help out with the KDM stuff with SK Industries, we do have a lot of carbon stuff there, and it's all good, great quality. So expect this, if not better, from Iconic Carbon. So with Iconic Carbon, I'm looking forward to getting everything going. You're going to see a lot of updates in the next couple weeks to couple months. I hope to have product in hand by the end of Q1. That is a very let me see, what's the right word? That's a very tight timeline, but I believe we can get it done depending on how long the mold process takes. But looking around the end of Q1 for this product to come out to market and have it in hand. And yeah, it'll be pushed out there. Price point, we're, like I said, don't hold me to it. We're aiming for about $2,000 to $2,400, including shipping, for a full carbon aero kit. That would be a front lip, side skirts, and rear diffuser add-ons. So as the project develops, I'll go ahead and update you with what's going on and some of our build and design process that we go through, so you kind of see behind the scenes of what it takes to get this to final product. But I'm really anxious to see how this pans out. I believe I've looked at the previous generation Z 350 and 370Z market, and it is crazy how much people do to them. So the ideal goal is come out with the, you know, our first kit, see how the feedback is, and then from there we're going to start making a more modular setup. So wide body can be on the horizon, we can do over fenders and so forth. We do have the full 3D scans of the car, so we can build off of that. So we'll wait and see. Some other cars that we're aiming to work on, I can't disclose just yet. We're trying to figure out, I don't want to put something out there that doesn't happen, but we have a couple cars on the list. So kind of look at your, you know, $40,000–$45,000 and up cars. Don't think we're going to do any exotic stuff yet. I do need to work on the QC. Not that the QC is not bad, but when you sell to, you know, an exotic car owner, it needs to be top notch. So not that our stuff isn't great, but there's just another level, and got to look at, are we doing dry carbon? Are we doing, you know, just different processes in this. But for the Z kit, for what we're aiming for, the quality will be great, the price point will be dead on what you guys are expecting out of us. Aside from that, let's get into some other things. I know it's only been a week from the last video. The weather hasn't been the greatest, and I've been really busy, so the Mustang's just been sitting. Have a few events planned for this upcoming soon. I know I got some feedback from the Shelby Museum first tour video, so I'm working with my friend Cash on when to do another visit. And on this coming visit, you're gonna see some stuff that actually pretty much everybody outside their corporate clientele and regular consumers don't get to see. So I really hope I can give you a tour. Trying to work it out, see what we can show, what we can't show, but working out with Cash and everybody at Shelby. Thanks again for doing the first tour. On a part 2 tour and kind of get to show you what's upcoming for Shelby. So I'm really excited about that. Yes, okay. I know I keep saying I'm gonna start working on it. I will very, very, very soon. I'm just waiting for a few things to finish up and wrap up. And then from there, this is gonna go in, get all the servicing done, get everything repaired. I hope to get the roof done. Just a lot of stuff that needs to be done with this car. But once it's done, I will be enjoying it. And if anybody's interested in the wheels that I have on there now, they're for sale. I'll probably keep the tires and put them on the new wheels. But for now, if you want to buy the whole setup, just let me know. These are custom drilled and custom spec specifically for this car. So it's a 18 by 8.5 plus 32, 18 by 9.5 plus 35, 5 by 112 obviously because it's a Mercedes with the, but this is custom machined to clear the front control arms. SLK has a particular needs a minimum of a plus 32 or lower to clear the front control arms. Anything higher, it hits the control arm on the inside. So yeah, the only thing you're gonna need is hub rings for the front. That I don't have. So you can see here in the garage, in the last video, things have been reorganized. I actually shuffled cars around the other day, so the TC is here. I will be working on this very, very, very soon. I have in a position where I can actually work around the car a little bit and have some space. So we're good there. The battery's charged up, everything's good. I just need to get some hardware and some stuff to start getting this car finished up and hopefully washed soon. It's covered in dust. As you can see, the Lexus is still here. It's for sale. I've had a lot of inquiries for whatever reason. People come look at the car and yeah. Now the price I have for the car is pretty cheap. I have it for $5,000, our best offer given the current market condition. The only issue with the car right now is the transmission solenoids. It doesn't let it shift to 6, but when you plug in the OBD scanner and you reset it, the car drives fine until the sensor's set again, and then it has a problem only shifting to 3rd or 4th. Common IS250 issue, but yeah, $5,000 our best offer. But outside the transmission issue, the touch screen decided to stop working the other day. But like I said, just shoot me a reasonable offer if you're local to Vegas or want to come up to pick up the car. Outside that, the car is pretty much as clean as it's going to be for a 07 IS. Most of them out on the market that I come across are in way worse shape, but the car's for sale, so that's that. Here with the Scion XB. So I know I told you I'd update you on what's going on with this car, and there's some new updates that are coming for it. First thing I gotta finish up is the new audio system that I'm putting in. Thanks to everybody at Sony and Richard and everybody there for hooking me up with the audio system. So I need to install that and, you know, document that for all of you out there and to share with you guys, to show you, you know, the process for installing an audio system in an XB. This is one of the easiest cars to do an audio system for. I just haven't found the time. After that, I do plan on refreshing the suspension with some new shocks, and I'll go over, you know, cost, pricing, and all that on how to maintain this car. This has been a great car for me over the years, on and off. Not this particular exact car, but I've had multiple ones, as you know my history.
A few inches later.
And it's starting to rain again, so I came in the garage. So the S2000 still gonna sit there. Like I mentioned before, it is currently a storage unit for all the aero stuff that I have and packaging supplies. I do want to work on this, but I do want to make sure I'm not putting any financial strain on the business or myself getting this car done. This is a very expensive project. As you can see, this car is literally a bare frame with suspension, wheels, and that's it. No steering rack, no fuel system, nothing underneath. So it's going to be a very expensive project to put this together. And the plans that I have are pretty cool. If it doesn't change, I plan on staying on track, but I have other ideas too with this, but this will be pretty cool once it's done. Van's still in the same state, waiting for Rom to get going on it, but I told him, you know, my timeline's probably April, May to get it done, but whatever he needs to do should only take him maybe a week or two once he has enough time with the diagnosis that he's come up with. But I hope to have that van in my hands and running real soon. And in the garage, have all sorts of stuff for sale. Have some M&M Honda rear pillar bars and strut bars and lower arm bars still in stock. Hit me up if you're looking for a set. Have plenty of merch still going, and all this miscellaneous carbon stuff is for sale. When I reorganize the garage, this whole section right here is all stuff for sale. Excuse the empty boxes, I use them for shipping. but have coilovers and air suspension, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, really excited about getting all this cleared out and having more room for everything. And this concludes the video. Thanks again so much for watching. Thank you to all the people that watch the videos and the subscribers, and also all the new subscribers. Over the holidays, there has been a pretty good jump in subscribers. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Definitely do appreciate it. Until next time, you guys take care.